today. From U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. Jalen Hurts and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. In motion left is Beckham. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Coming into this one ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Fielded just inside the 20. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On 1st down, Hurts. Complete. Jefferson the target. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down. And the Vikings sit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A a look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff to Chandler. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Now Chandler. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
But if you're going to have a relay race, you're probably going to pick your backs and receivers to run it, but don't underestimate the conditioning of the offensive line. They're out there just dictating things, staying on the field, and keeping a long drive going.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it's second down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. But now it'll be third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn? So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD, and you get the... And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
Burrow's throw complete there to Beckham. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Burrow will throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Vikings force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. He's got this to Williams, complete. Down the left sideline, Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Vikings. Jamison Williams, an even 90 yards. And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. No run back here for Jones. A touchback. Cincinnati set to... On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Got his man, it's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Once again, it's Swift. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's Logan Wilson there to bring him down. (21-0) our score after 1. From the 31, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 7 yards there and a first down. Right back to him on first down. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Second and 5 from the 8. Now the first carry here for the running back. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Getting set. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Rolling to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, 42 yards. And the Vikings open the lead up to 34-0. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just... They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
From the gun, here's Swift. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Hurts. That is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September.
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. They go play action with Hurts. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. Swift going to try up the middle. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. That one completes him again. And he's unable to get away. They stop him at the line on 4th and 2. The Vikings unable to convert. Hurts. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. He'll get this down to the 48-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Right back to him on first down. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
2nd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way, you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock him backwards.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken a 5-touchdown lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
They go play action here on 1st down.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 27. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile.
And he will have a Vikings first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use it more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught, take care of the ball as you surge.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Jalen Waddle.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Now a play fake here on first down.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
79 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, They certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Minnesota, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.